Oh, you just leave your valuable artifacts lying out in the elements, or you use them to build walls with. You don't deserve them. We can take care of them properly in our fine museums. And that was their argument for hanging on to these pieces, because these backward nations clearly don't know what to do with them. This, of course, has all changed. You have different attitudes now, but you're into a whole difficult world of museum administration, and that in itself is a cultural problem anyway.
Yes, I think Jonathan, correct me if I'm wrong. I was last year in Egypt, and they're not building, or they have already finished it, one of the largest museums in Cairo on Egyptology, and they want everything back. And
Yes.
we have also in Frankfurt lots of, I mean, it's interesting in Frankfurt, okay, which is a museum city in Germany. We have also lots of Egyptian artifacts. They're everywhere. In
Yeah.
Washington, here in London, in Paris, in Frankfurt, in Berlin. Everywhere you go, you have Egyptian artifacts in,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
But this is part of one of my things was the repatriation of artifacts that I wanted to do. In fact, I dare say I was faintly rude about the British Museum, but they were very generous and they sold my book in their shop anyway. But um, the it's difficult. You must be careful not to throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak.
Yes.
In that, after the liberation of Egypt, if you like, from the French, the new Mamluk administration became aware of the hunger for Egyptian artifacts in Europe. So he quite happily gave license. He sold off pieces, and these were all transported out of the country, totally happy to the Egyptian authorities, in an understanding that Egypt had been brought into the European um, recognition, if you like, European mindset, that it was now known if we put our artifacts in Europe, they will be interested, they will come, who knows, and his influence would expand. This was Muhammad Ali Bey, and he was no fool, and he made considerable money for the nation by selling and shipping many artifacts. In fact, the Philae obelisk, as we're going to come to, which also stands in England, it was given under license to its explorer discoverer. Many of the pieces were, but many of the pieces, of course, were not. And those are the ones that caused the controversy.